What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You are here with Guni and Younes, and I've got my show back. Yes, it's gone back to the Guni intros. Younes has resumed as normal as an honored guest on the show, and I have taken control of the ship now. You know what I'm saying? But no, big up Younes, man. And I was just telling to him, he's just put a massive battery in my back because before I jumped on the live, I watched his video on Neymar. So it's kind of hard to kind of stay not excited, but do you know what? We'll talk about that later on in the video. We'll just let the room build up a little bit before we get onto that. But before then, there's plenty of others that we can talk about and discuss and explore the possibilities of. But before we do that, I'm going to get the formal bits out of the way, and that is subscribe to the channel if you are new. Smash that like button as well. And yeah, if you're watching after this video, leave your thoughts down there in the comments as well. I do check those out as well as the chat. So big up everybody that does jump in. Younes, how are you doing, mate? Yeah, are you still grinning ear to ear after making that video?
I know there's more.
He said there's more.
There's more. It's like the whole Neymar stuff was just hilarious because normally you dismiss that. But when you see Thiago Silva talking, you're like, okay, what's going on then?
We're gonna come on to that. We're gonna come on to that because I know people are gonna jump in late and be like, "Oh man, I missed the Neymar talk." So we're gonna give that one.
Yeah,
some
we'll
time.
wait.
Yeah,
we'll wait.
But listen,
but there is more. Like we've just had. I mean, shout out the chat. Chat always coming when you need them.
Yeah.
There's Arkansas in the last 10 minutes.
Don't tell me. Just wait, hold on. Don't tell me. Just let me know when we get there. Let's get the normal. Let's get the boring stories out of the way. There's not really the transfer market is never really boring anyway. That's what I find. Whoever that you're,
especially at Chelsea,
there's always something around it that you can discuss. And let's get straight into it. This quote unquote raid that we seem to be doing on Manchester City, is this football or Call of Duty? Are we gonna buy the Etihad next? Well, what's going on?
No word of a lie. I saw City fans trolling on Twitter. I came across it by luck, but I found it hilarious. Chelsea are plotting to bid the Etihad. They're plotting to buy the Etihad Stadium. They're plotting to buy Main Road. They're plotting to buy the local chippy outside the ground. We're going to buy Manchester at this rate. And just leave the red half.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I mean, you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, man.
Is it? No, but I think some of the links that we have are wise. They're logical. Well, I'd say 2 out of the 3 are logical. We're linked with 3 of them, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sterling, Ake, and now Zinchenko. Although I did hear that earlier on that possibly was dismissed and City aren't gonna sell Zinchenko. I'm not surprised they wouldn't, but if they're getting Cucurella and you give them enough money, who knows? I guess, but yeah.
Well, here's my thing. This is what I'll say. Yeah, out of the 3 signings, that's including Raheem Sterling and obviously Nathan Ake and Zinchenko. For me, Zinchenko makes the most sense for Chelsea Football Club in order of priority.
Absolutely.
He makes the most sense because for so many reasons. One, he's good enough quality to step into the team. Is he better than Chilwell? Personally, I don't think so. Is he quality backup? 1000%. He's also versatile. He's also, and I hate, again, Premier League proven. He's also quite young. He's also played in a team that have been dominating over the past how many years? So it looks like it could work. It makes sense to me. That's a move that I'd be happy to see that. I'm not even going to lie to you. Just down to his versatility and his overall quality. Because when he has stepped in for Man City, he hasn't been terrible. He ain't been terrible. Good. Yes, he doesn't. Yes, listen. Yes, Timo Werner, he loves to terrorize Zinchenko. But listen, it's one of those ones. It's his case. I can't beat Timo. I might as well just join him. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's if Timo's going to stay in England. That's a story for another day. We got to keep an eye on that one. But that's one that I would definitely like. But you're saying now that the links are kind of squashing a little bit in terms of the Zinchenko situation right now.
Yeah, like it was a story at first, but City are not interested in selling Zinchenko, which again, I understand. But you got to look at it also. If they want to get themselves Cucurella in, who is going to end up becoming their backup left back, let's say, or left-sided player? Is it going to be Zinchenko, or is he going to fall into third? Is he going to be happy with that? So we'll see. But whether it's legit and it could happen, I'd love to see that happen, to be honest. If Alonso goes, I'd take him.
This is what I think would happen. I think Cancelo would then go over to the right-hand side.
What about Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker. This is the thing with Kyle Walker. He's getting to that age now. You see what I'm saying? And he's not. And the reason why I bring that up with him, because it's not a general rule, and it is actually getting smaller and smaller now. The further we're going on, technology is better. They're looking after their injuries a lot better. But in the case of Kyle Walker, you can see that he is still injury prone. And if it's a case of, I don't think he's gonna mind. He's got the quality to be able to fight for that position. It just benefits Man City. If he's gonna move Cancelo over to that right side, then that just gives you Cancelo and Kyle Walker to fight for that place. It's a win-win situation for Man City, and for me, I don't see Walker leaving Man City either. I think he's going to stay there till his days are done. So I don't think he's going to mind fighting for his place there. And then on that side, that leaves you with Cucurella and Zinchenko.
Yep, exactly.
So you're back to balance again, but this time you've got natural players in their natural positions. Not that
that works.
Yeah,
no, that works out nicely, especially for depth defensively, which City, I wouldn't say struggled with, but could be better. They would have that. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't let go of Zinchenko. They would probably be sorted as a club. They'd be sorted.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Man City, they are sorted. They're laughing for a very, very long time. Digital Drifter, big up yourself. Thank you very much for the super chat. Thoughts on Harry Maguire, the fridge to Chelsea? I'm not gonna lie to you. You might as well just refund that £2, bruv. It's just one of those ones. I appreciate the gesture, fam, but if you really, I'm not going to give you value for money for that. I'm just going to be 100% honest, because it's just one of those ones. Come on, bruv.
Do we have to comment?
Do you have to do this to us? All right, for the sake of your generosity,
I would rather put an actual fridge at centre back.
Exactly.
Like, I'll take the fridge out of my kitchen, put it on wheels, take it to the bridge, stick it on the pitch, and that would end up becoming a better defender than Harry Maguire.
Well, listen, they do have fridges that tell you if you are missing groceries and stuff from them, and that you can talk to. So we could probably get one of them smart.
You get a smart fridge.
Yeah, might not be a bad shout. Have more brains.
And we can call it Harry.
No, listen, man. No way. And he was linked to Barcelona as well. That was the joke thing. I don't know how true that story was,
bro. And apparently, I'd like to think Barca were not interested in him, and if they were, Man United didn't reject it. Like, who's more dumb, Barca going in for him or Man United turning the bid down?
Well, listen. Harry Maguire seems to be an asset in the Premier League with the comedic value he brings to it, man. It just, he brings a new audience. So maybe from a marketing perspective, it's good for Manchester United to just keep him at the club. He generates views, bro. The guy's a meme.
They need an all or nothing then.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Spurs have had one. Arsenal have had one. United got to have one now.
Yeah, I wish we had ours last year. That would have been sick.
We turned that down, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's why they went to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, can you imagine if they came to us? That would have been mad. Oh my God, the whole Lukaku stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have been crazy. But the situation with Zinchenko, don't see it happening. If you're saying that they're questioning down the reports, it's probably for a good reason. But then we're gonna move over to one of his defensive partners, Nathan Ake. Now, this one I wouldn't even say is dividing opinion. Like, the majority of the fan base that I'm seeing on social media, obviously social media is only a small sample size of the Chelsea fan base. We have to remember that it's not the be all and end all, but a lot of people are not happy with that one.
Yeah, it's baffling. And what's crazy is apparently Ake is admired and wanted by Tuchel. Like, he seems to have a reason to want Nathan Ake. I think it's purely data driven, if I'm honest. And this is where I get a little bit skeptical about data. Mm-hmm. If you look too much into data, I think it can take you off track of the realistic aspect of things. You know, you can always play around with data. You can always manipulate data even.
Exactly.
And based on that, you expect a certain result, but you could end up with a completely different result. That's just the way life is sometimes. So, yeah, with Nathan Ake, I mean, he's not even played that much. And he left from us. And we're all looking to bring him back. Like, I don't know. But look, I've always said, and I'll stick by it, because I believe Thomas Tuchel deserves the opportunity. If he wants him, get him Nathan Ake. And we'll see what happens. But if it were me, I wouldn't. That's just, yeah, I wouldn't.
Very shocked. I was shocked to see it. Do I understand the method behind that madness? It's going to sound crazy, and it's kind of. Do I agree with it? Would I do it? Personally, not. But here's my thinking behind this whole Nathan Ake situation. And
yeah, go on.
This. He fits a profile that we've been looking at amongst several centre-backs. That is, he's left-footed. Another thing that he does fit is the fact that he's versatile. Centre-back and a back four. Either side on the back three. Left back, left wing back, defensive midfielder. Ex-Cobham boy. Before he left Chelsea, I remember our fan base being quite upset that he was leaving. Went over to Bournemouth. I thought he'd done pretty well. Man City picked him up. Doesn't start games at Man City.
Yep.
Man City. How easy is it to get into the Man City team?
Well, it's not really easy to get into the Man City team. But why did they get him?
as a rotation / backup option, because he's proven to be a good, decent Premier League centre-back. Now,
and he agreed to that? Because apparently that he was going to be getting that at Chelsea, but he wasn't happy with that.
Well, but he went to Bournemouth, didn't he? In between, so a lot could have happened between then. So you know that Nathan Ake himself and the world knew that he was not going to Manchester City to be a first-choice centre-back. It just wasn't going to happen. It weren't. He served his purpose over there. My thinking behind this, right, is that it's going to be relatively inexpensive. It's been rumored to be about 30 million euros to 35 million, or pounds, sorry. Either way, it's in the bigger scale of things, it's not that much. However, you have to think about where else we're spending money on the pitch. One position has to get a sacrifice. Because if we're going to spend 70 million plus on De Ligt or Skriniar, because it's not going to be just him. You'd be crazy to think if it's just him coming in and that's it. That would be insane. You got to think De Ligt, Skriniar. These guys are going to be north of 70 M's. Are you going to be happy on spending 140 M's on two centre-backs?
No, of course. Of course.
That's question number one. Number two, when you really think about it and you put the link together, is Ake a terrible signing if you sign De Ligt as well? Do you know why I ask you that question? Where do they both come from?
Well, that's chemistry, isn't it?
So when you look at it as a rotational option, strictly, is it the worst?
It's not. No. It makes sense. And again, this is where I point to data. Because in terms of his versatility that we know, in terms of his experience, Premier League, has been at Chelsea, etc., and all the points you mentioned, yeah, on that basis, it makes sense. My only thing is from a consistent footballing aspect, like he's 27 as well.
There you go.
People forget that he's not 21. Like he's not.
There you go.
You know, he came from our academy and whatnot, or when he was young, yes, but he's basically at an age where he should be peaking. And right. I'd hope that if he comes to Chelsea, he'd explode, right? But we don't know. There's no previous indicator to show us at all. And that's where I think the question marks are. Because at Man City, he definitely hasn't blown up. And if he was used as a backup, cool. If he comes to Chelsea, we just have to hope that he blows up and Tuchel uses him correctly.
But here's my thing. All of those things are reflected in the price tag. And do you know who's not even 21 yet? Levi Colwill. What if we sign a talent in and around that age group who is too good to be sitting down on the bench. What happens with him? Because
This is
now,
a worry.
this is the thing. Now, for me, Ake doesn't block his development necessarily.
Do you reckon?
No, he doesn't.
Why not?
People think he does because now
Do you think Ake will be a backup then?
No.
In constant rotation.
Because listen, Tuchel has said, because I know, I think Matt Law said that Tuchel, there's 2 players that he's definitely looking to keep in the squad next season. One is Colwill and one is Gallagher. So that means Colwill's going to get opportunities. And remember, we also play a back 3 as well. So if we're going to persist with the back 3, there's going to be opportunities for games. There's also the 5 subs that are coming in. He's going to get minutes. So it's not necessarily going to affect him as it would like a season or 2 ago. There's still time for him to have an impact and get his development up while learning from the quality around him.
He needs to be convinced. This is the thing, because, or unless if he already is, but the clubs are interested in Levi Colwill.
Yeah, they're swimming.
They're swimming like sharks for Colwill right now. So that's part of my concern. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. It's going to be an interesting one.
It is. I mean, again, people, I'm sort of playing, well, I'm heavily playing devil's advocate here because I'm not, the way I'm making it sound is like I'm not against him coming to the club. For me, I would rather he didn't. That's my honest opinion. I'd rather he didn't. If that's the play that we're going for in order to think about my man's development, I'd rather we just loaned him, but made a correct, proper loan. Signed him up to a contract before he left the club, said, go to this Premier League club, do your thing, we're going to hold you down. Yeah, but in that time, we're going to bring in Koulibaly, who's 31, or somebody with experience who may be happy with a 1 or 2 year contract and see how it goes.
Yep.
See what I mean? That would have made more sense to me. So I'm just trying to look from the perspective of why Chelsea would do it, and it makes sense. Because when you look at things in the bigger picture and you really apply knowledge to it, sometimes it's not as bad as it seems. That's just my opinion. And as well, we're talking about Thomas Tuchel, bro. What is he known for? If there's one position that he has shown us he can improve.
This is the thing. It's the key. The priority here is to get Thomas Tuchel exactly what he wants. Mm-hmm. Even if we end up disagreeing a little bit out of hindsight at first, if we're just looking going, I wouldn't do this. Like, personally, I wouldn't bring Ake. That's me.
Yeah, exactly.
But if Tuchel, I mean, Tuchel is I reckon a manager that deserves a big chance, has succeeded with what he's been given, and if he sees something, then great, get him who he wants, and then we'll be able to judge the entire situation after it's all been done. But at least we've given that opportunity, and that's what I think managers at Chelsea should be getting now. You know, so yeah, he wants Ake, get him Ake.
That's it. Yeah, because there is. Because people forget, like, when you're talking about trust a manager, you got to remember what you're including in that. And that is the signings that you don't necessarily agree with. Someone's going to say to you, I thought you said trust the manager. That's part of the trust process.
Absolutely.
So, me included, I'm not excluding myself from it. I've said several times, trust him. So I'm going to just reserve my judgment on it, and let's just see how it goes. And before I forget to read this super chat, actually, Sterling 32 1v1, scored twice in the Prem in 2 seasons. Listen, I don't even know what that's all about, bruv. Scored twice in the Prem in 2 seasons. Younes, can you help me make sense of this?
I think what he's saying is he's had 32 1v1s. Out of those 32 1v1s, he's scored twice, and that's in the Prem within 2 seasons. I think that's what he's trying to say. Basically, he can't get past a player and score.
All right. Well, listen. Just allow me. But big up yourself, man. I appreciate you for the super chat, though. Yeah, what was I just gonna say now? Just coming off that, because I'm seeing Malang Sarr. Yeah, big up the chat. This is somebody who's so whack that you forget that he even exists at the club. No,
I was about to say, is he still here?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. He's like them Baba Rahmans and them man there. Like, you just forget that they're there. But
we got a club. We got a club forming, haven't we? Jilaboji, Baba Rahman, Stick Malang Sarr in there. Go on.
Yeah, and then you've got Matt Miazga as well. Some mad things going on, but he's the local. Well, not local. I was gonna say local. What's it? The most recent one. Malang Sarr. He's not going anywhere. Do you know why I'm gonna tell you he's not going anywhere? Nobody in their right mind is gonna pay that man 120k a week in British sterling pounds. No way. There's not
how much
a
he's
chance.
getting.
That's how much he's getting. This guy's on 6 figures, bro. He was on more than what Christensen was on. People are surprised why Christensen left. Yeah. Was it Rudiger on less than that as well? Or was Rudiger on more?
No, Rudiger's on slightly.
The fact that you have to think about it is the answer in itself. Just shows you how wrong this is.
No, was he not on 150 asking for 200?
No idea, but the fact that he's even that close is
he wasn't far off. Yeah, he wasn't far.
It's an absolute disgrace, mate. But Malang Sarr, the fact is we've got to get a shot of him. At first, on the face of it, I thought, yeah, it's good business. We got him on a free transfer. Even if we move him for 10, 15 M's, it will be good. Then I saw the contract Marina gave him. And I said, whoa, fam. People, I'm warning you. I am warning you. If we do not loan this guy out or get him out of the club, he's going to be here for the entirety of his contract.
How long is the contract?
Bruv, I think he's got another 3 years or maybe 4 years left.
Oh, no, I've got to check this out.
But it's not anytime soon.
I should call the police on this, bruv.
Yeah, it's not anytime soon, bruv. So he's another one that's going to be stuck on our books. And it's just mad. But anyway, look, that regime is gone.
Oh, my God. 2025.
Yeah, you see that? Another 3 years left. Well, at least it's not 4 or 5.
2025. That's criminal.
Todd should just pay the fine and terminate his contract, bruv. I swear down. Just buy him out of his own contract and ask him to leave, bro. Because I can't do this anymore. We just can't have this on our books. We can't. It's just not acceptable. Hello, Younes, Richarlison, or Raphinha. If it's between them two, Raphinha all day long with my eyes closed.
Raphinha. And talking about that, that is exactly what seems to be happening now.
Yeah, well, we've gone through our first 2 targets already. I think we've spoken enough about Nathan Ake and Zinchenko. I just want to swiftly move on from those 2 because the one out of the 2 I wanted is definitely not going to be available. So let's swiftly move on from that. And let's move on to the winger positions, man, because this story is actually very, very interesting. It is very, very interesting. It's heating up. It is heating up. Arsenal fans were hell-bent and thinking, Younes has said something. He's seen something. Younes, why is it that you always see stuff on Man Knows Football? Every time, Younes, have you not noticed in the chat? Anytime Younes is on here, he's always just getting good news and breaking stuff. This sounds good. This sounds good. Please tell me it's somebody else.
Hey, chat. You know what to do. You know what to do. Flood it, chat. Flood it.
Can you tell me what's going on? Somebody.
All right. Exclusive from David Ornstein.
Oh, fuck. Go on.
1 minute ago. Chelsea close to agreeing fee north for 55 million with Leeds for Raphinha.
We're
not done yet.
Dembele, man. Oh, fuck.
CFC now best placed with Leeds and 25-year-old as long-term favourites. Barcelona can't afford it at present, plus Arsenal are not currently at the required price.
My Ousmane Dembele dream is over.
It seemed like that. I'm not going to lie. Over the last 48 hours, it seemed like the Dembele thing was going to pot. So
I was holding on to the. I was holding on.
Well, as I said, I'm cool with it. If we don't get Dembele, we get Raphinha. We're covered.
I was holding on to it like the last 3 follicles on my scalp, fam, and it's all gone. But listen, it is. Listen, I'm not. Listen, my moment of Dembele sadness is over, and you know what? If Raphinha's coming to the club, I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
I'm absolutely okay with that.
I've always said, yeah, if it's not Ousmane Dembele and we get Raphinha, that's also cool. Uzi, I've wanted him since he was at Rennes, so that one there has been a. Oh man, I wish. But Raphinha.
How funny would it be if we ended up with both of them?
If we ended up with both of them, I think I might shed a tear live on camera. You lot would just, I'd just start.
That would be
I would
mad.
just cry, fam. I'd
But-
just be so emotional.
I've got a feeling that there's going to be some sort of agreeing between Barca and Dembele at some point.
But here's the thing. They've offered him less than the original extension that they offered him in the first place. It went from like 11 million euros to 6.
But remember, apparently Chelsea haven't actually put something officially on the table for him.
Because tomorrow apparently is the deadline, bro.
We're waiting for the contract to end. And Chelsea won't act unless if they know Barca are not going to agree with him. So the fact that we're now moving for Raphinha could be to maybe get ourselves well positioned, just in case. It could be hey, Dembele, hey, we're about to turn away. What are you saying? It could be that. Or it could be Dembele's going staying at Barca and we're moving on.
But you know what? Guni, is Raphinha an improvement to what we've got on that right wing? Absolutely. Premier League proven. Yes, he is. Entertaining. That's a bonus. Yes, he is. Yeah. And our Arsenal in the mud. Absolutely.
Gets in there.
Do you think you could answer the phone?
Huh?
This will make me feel better if you.
If he does, break the news to him. Tell him it's from David Ornstein
Nah,
too.
he's gonna know exactly why I'm calling him. I guarantee.
Really?
He's gonna know exactly why. He's gonna be like this bull pricks. Look, he knows the Raphinha news. Look, he's calling me now. Look, I'm never gonna answer it.
Tell him if he answers, Ornstein. Ornstein's well placed with Arsenal fans.
He's not gonna answer. I want to terrorize somebody who's an Arsenal fan, except Lee Gunner. Lee Gunner.
If Lee picked up, he'd laugh and go, "Congrats, lads! Enjoy it."
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get Zar. Let's see if Zar gets on this one. I don't have Egal's number. I've seen someone say call Egal. Man like Zar, we got him on the phone. You have your life. Hey, real quick. We just have to let you know. Have you seen the Raphinha news?
No, I have not seen it.
I think you want to check that out, Zar. hey, big up Zar though. Love every single time, man. We
Shout
love
out to Zar, definitely.
All right, then. Peace out, Zar. Peace.
Arsenal fans in the mud now. They're probably going to be like, "Yeah, but we got Jesus. Yeah, but we got Raphinha in it, or we're getting Raphinha."
Yeah,
so
exactly. And we're still getting a better winger from Man City and Raheem Sterling. So it is what it is. Let me go through this super chat real quick. How effective do you think Havertz would be with Sterling and Dembele as wingers? I think it would have been an elite lineup, but Raphinha as well. He's got the quality, he's got the minerals, as Johnny would say. What do you think, Younes?
I think he'd thrive for sure. But I also wanna Lukaku's going. Actually, let me rephrase. Lukaku's gone. And he's on the plane to Milan right now, apparently. So that's good. Inter Milan fans, you might want to start flight tracking if you're interested. I don't think you are, but with a striker, surely we're getting someone in. Havertz isn't going to be our number 9 for the season. And it doesn't look like it's now going to be Richarlison. So who are we getting?
Bro, we're going to come on to that because the people have been waiting long enough. Yeah, but I just got one more super chat to get through, and I love this one. Oh, by the way, Grimy, thank you very, very much for that super chat. I appreciate you, by the way. The Red Wolf, thank you for your super chat too. Watch Arsenal fans go into meltdown if we get him. Oh, yes. Are we not scared? Oh, I can't say too much, Younes. Remember what we spoke about last time when we had the... I can't say too much. I can't say too much. It's completely gonna
remember, bro. What? I'm trying to remember, bro.
Go in a private chat.
Okay.
Go in a private chat, so you'll see it there. Yeah.
Okay.
Good time for this news to drop. Trust me, people.
Oh my god, that's perfect. Oh, perfect.
You lot, hey, by the way, you lot are in for a very, very big treat this week, man. I'm telling you, you are. So
it's
watch
true.
out for that.
It's true.
Yeah, Arsenal fans are definitely gonna go into meltdown if we get him. It doesn't even sound like a matter of if. It sounds like a matter of when. Everyone's telling me to check the Ornstein thing. Ornstein, check. Ornstein, check.
Has he put more?
I'm not even, bro. You see, my brain is
Hang
working
on.
at 1,000 miles an hour under the influence of THC as well. So the multitasking thing is not too easy right now. David Ornstein exclusive. Oh, flip an exclusive from Mr. Ornstein. Chelsea close to agreeing fee north of £55 million with Leeds for Raphinha, but it's not done yet. Chelsea now best place with Liverpool and 25-year-old as long-term favourites. Barca cannot afford it at present, and Arsenal not currently at the required price. So, and Matt Law has said all indications are that Chelsea are increasingly confident of signing Raphinha for around £55 million to go alongside their move for Sterling. So, two very, very good journalists. Matt Law is somebody that I would personally listen to before David Ornstein. But this.
Oh no! Hang on. Okay, can I just say, Tottenham? Oh, this is beautiful. We're about to we're about to sign Sterling and Raphinha for a total of, let's say, 100 million.
Yep.
Tottenham are about to sign Richarlison and Gordon for 100 million.
I'm not gonna laugh at that just yet. I'm just not gonna do that. I wish I could. You see this man, Antonio Conte.
Two good players, Richarlison, decent
and
enough.
Gordon.
And Gordon, good youngster, right? 100 million though? Come on.
Bro, I want to say this about Gordon. I swear down, he's got some Jamaican lineage in him. He's one of them ones. He's one of the Ross Barkleys and Emil Smith Rose, where there's a Jamaican part or something in there, bro. Because have you seen this guy's
Jamaican in him?
Yeah, blood, the man's Jamaican, cuz.
No.
Like a Jamaican granddad or something. Ross Barkley's on the Nigerian side. I think his granddad's Nigerian. But Flash Gordon is rapid, bro. Have you seen him when he switches on the burners? Yeah, he's a proper little exciting player, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He is. But for 100 M's, I think when you weigh out the two, we look like we got the better deal. But this is the thing, Younes. Yeah, the system and whatever it is, we need to make this work, bro. No more flop signings. We've got to make this work. Hit the ground running. Yeah.
I have to say though, I mean, because you never know. But with Dembele, imagine it went left and he ends up with no club on Thursday. He's just a free agent sitting there unemployed.
Bruv. Younes, I need a favor, bruv. And I can't hear that man's name because it hurts, fam. I wanted this guy so badly. Younes, you know this as well. Like behind closed doors, I was just like flipping. Is he signed yet? What's going on with him? But now it is what it is. He's gone. I wanted him so badly. I think he definitely would have been up there with like in terms of importance with a Declan Rice or something like that, because you don't know how I feel about it. Are you short for time?
Oh, no, I'm good for the next 15 or so. I'm right.
15 or so minutes. That is brilliant. Love Arsenal being in the mud. A long time coming. Especially the way they've been behaving as well, you know. Have you seen them, Younes?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them, I mean, to be honest, to an extent, rightfully so, are very confident and happy with their window and all of that. Cool. But, yeah, we got to try and squash that now a little bit because it's getting too much.
Yeah. No, it is. Hey, bruv. Definitely. Look, so far, right, if those two signings are actually happening, those are massive improvements on our attack. There still is a lot to do. And like you quite rightly said, our forward positions. Yeah, our forward positions. The fact that Lukaku's gone, we still haven't addressed it. And now we're going to go back to the story I think everybody wants to discuss. And that is Neymar. But obviously, I'm going to try not to go too much into it because Younes has done a video. Oh, no. What's going on here? Younes, what's going on here? He's always getting the breaking news on Man.
Hey, Big Fab is on the case.
What's he saying?
Big Fab. All right. Chelsea and Leeds have reached full agreement for Raphinha.
Okay, it's official then. Prove it.
Official bid accepted, around 65 million add-ons included. Main part of amount to be paid immediately. It's done between the clubs. Talks now ongoing on player side on personal terms, no contract. Oli is on it. We've signed Raphinha, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got the receipts. I've got the receipts in the back again group chat. Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
have the receipts because this man Troops, Mr. Troops Hamilton was in the chat saying, "I've got receipts. Yeah, Raphinha's not coming Arsenal. Yeah. We say now, blood. We say now, blood. Yeah. You man, mud blood. Yeah, man was telling you. Yeah, Raphinha. Yeah, you don't know, blood. Yeah, you see that Brazilian front three, fam. Yeah, Jesus, Raphinha, and Martinelli, blood. Yeah, trust me, blood. Yeah, top 14, blood. You lot in the mud. You ain't even signed nobody, fam. Yeah. Hey, big up my brother Troops. Love you to bits. Hey, bruv. It's official.
Oh,
hey,
man.
Hey,
who would have thought Bowley's first signing would be Raphinha?
Nah, do you know what he said? He said Arsenal. He said, no, that can't be good. That can't be good. We gotta go get him. That can't. The fans ain't gonna be happy with that. We gotta go get him.
Is that your Todd Bowley impression?
Well, yeah, some kind of Todd Bowley impression, bro. Because listen, if I tried anything else, it would have come out like some gangster New York shit or an attempt of one. And I know Todd Bowley don't sound like that. You know what I'm saying? But how funny would it be if he came on camera after signing? It's like Chelsea Football Club, man. That's how we get down to this bitch. Huh? We go for your top targets, bitch. Huh?
that's how he negotiates.
That's it. What your ass say? You're selling him to who? Just shouting.
Oh my God.
Hey, of course, Troops is gonna hold it, mate. I'm telling you, Troops is gonna hold absolute corn. Zar, did you see? You saw Zar in the car with a nervous response. It was like, no, I haven't seen it. When he sees it, he's gonna melt.
Oh, he's gonna flip. They're all gonna flip. We've signed Raphinha, bruv.
We've signed somebody, bro.
We got a player. Finally.
We've signed a player. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm happy about that, bro. And obviously, cherry on the cake. Arsenal, you lot are in the mud. Get me? But no, that's good.
Man.
That is good news. That is definitely good news. Agent Deco at the work as well. We cannot forget Deco.
Big up Deco.
Got a big up Deco. What a player he was, by the way. Top player. If you lot are young enough, if you're not too young to remember Deco, go and watch him. He was
not really for us though.
Yeah, not really for us, but he was getting towards the end of it by then. But his Porto days and his Barcelona days, he was a top player. But yeah, man, we got to pick up Deco. But let's get on to Neymar. Let's just get on to the good news while the good news is still coming. Thiago Silva.
Yeah. It's even better. We've just signed a Brazilian. So now we can get Agent Raphinha on the case. With Agent Thiago Silva. Yo, Neymar, what are you saying?
And this is the thing, right? Because if you see what Matt Law's been saying and Simon Phillips in their articles, Raheem Sterling is not a direct replacement for Lukaku. Neither would Raphinha.
Exactly.
The most likely one.
But would Neymar?
This is the thing. That's what I was going to say.
He's not a centre forward, is he?
Right, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. He said we're moving away from the traditional striker position because of the lack of availability of what's around. The traditional striker that Tuchel wanted to work with was Lewandowski.
Haaland.
But he had these. I mean, not because obviously Haaland's gone, but he had his heart set on him. But because he wants to go Barcelona so much, that can't happen. So because of that, we're looking at a forward. He didn't say centre forward. He said a forward. And now what makes sense to me is why Neymar fits that bill. Because in terms of him being clinical in front of goal, you already know that he definitely is. He's just not been that focal point at PSG. And he's more. And you see with Neymar, let's have it right. He's more of a creative player. He has fun when he plays. He likes to break ankles and create opportunities for Mbappe. He just loves to do it. You get me? But I feel if you gave him a goal scoring responsibility, purely because of the skill set that he does have, I think he would do better than any other option that we've got. And then if you look at it from what you were saying as well, PSG willing to pay the wages, how much of a risk is it?
But you know what's mad? And that's fine. I didn't mention this on the video. I should have. And as crazy as the ones that reported this have a massive following, but PSG to pay the entire wage and he's not even there. I mean, are they all right? Are they thinking straight?
Well, they are rich. They are rich.
Like that's unheard of. It's mad. If they're doing that, I'm not complaining. But if that's the case, it's a huge opportunity. I wouldn't be surprised if PSG don't end up doing that though, because it's financial suicide. Even though they got cash. But
they're still FFP. I mean, listen, I know they brown envelope their way through that, but like to have Neymar and all those guys in that team, there's only so much brown enveloping you can do when it comes to that. Yeah, I nicked that one from Johnny, by the way. Yeah, I've got a shout out copyright. He's come up with the brown envelope saying, but I love it and I had to take it off him. So big up yourself, Johnny, if you are listening. And yeah, we got 772 people in the building. Make sure you smash up that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Arsenal are in the mud. Hey, I thought this was a nice comment for you to see there. Younes from Jonas Malm. Greetings from Ghana. Please tell Younes I love him and respect him so much. And his laughter is just what makes me listen to him always. He should always keep laughing. Hey, Younes, you've got some fans all over the world. Big up yourself, Younes, for showing some love to you.
Thank you very much, Jonas.
Get me?
Much appreciated, brother.
But Neymar, bro, listen. When you look at it and you look at the clubs around, I think if we do express our interest, we might be favourites to sign him. Because Barcelona won't. Because if Dembele stay in there, Neymar will always still walk into that team. That's a stupid thing to say. But Thomas Tuchel, Thiago Silva, now Raphinha, Stamford Bridge, England.
Yep.
Is it enough to tempt Neymar? Do you think it can happen? Because listen, if it wasn't for Agent Rudiger, we probably wouldn't have got Ivo, Werner, or Havertz, because he was the one that did step in and say, yo, boys, this is the place to be, bruv.
Yeah.
Better come here and get a Champions League or something.
I just want to say very quickly, Fabrizio has spoken more about Raphinha.
Mm-hmm.
He says Arsenal had a meeting with Leeds and made a new verbal bid in the last hours, turned down by Leeds. Barcelona also called Leeds again, but no chance to match the Chelsea bid. Chelsea are now working to get the agreement done on personal terms.
Hey, Winter Surfer, if that ever happened, it's just like I said on the stream, I'd break down. But the wages that you're talking about between those three is going to be wild. Yeah, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. And at this point, with what I'm hearing from Younes anyway, if Neymar's available, even if it's a flipping loan, and PSG are covering their wages, I think that's...
Screw it. We'll turn the bridge to Brazil again. We've done it once before. We can do it again.
It's going to have to be done. It's going to have to be done. Tears in my eyes, man. Seriously, tears in my eyes, bruv. I've not been gassed to look at another Brazilian since Ramirez scored that chip against Barcelona. Bruv, that's the last time a Brazilian almost made me cry. Oh, my days, bruv. I'm getting tears thinking about that shit. Hey, listen, flashback moment. We got to go back to that Ramirez goal. Oh, my flipping days, bro. That pass from Lampard, yeah? And then the finish.
That finish, I couldn't believe it. It's still, without a doubt, the second... second happiest moment as a Chelsea fan. That night, for sure. Bro. And then the two finals take up number one together, of course.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
That Ramirez goal was stupid.
Immortal. For me, at that point, he was already... I loved him already at that point. But for me, he was immortalized. He was absolutely immortalized. Remember, we had 10 men on the pitch at that point as well.
He did. And
Yeah.
when you look at the goal, you look at how far Valdez was from touching it, even though he stretched, it was that much. It was an inch. It was perfect. Like his hand was like right there. The ball was like right there.
It was as if like the angel Gabriel was just guiding that ball.
Just picked up the ball and just put it in the net. Exactly.
Go straight there. Yeah. People, I had to go. As soon as I mentioned Ramirez, I just get that flashback. Yeah. And you get me. But if we did have all three, I would absolutely lose it. I'd just be absolutely shameful in front of camera, and I wouldn't be ashamed because it would just be mental. It would just show what direction that we're going in. But for me, now that Neymar news has made it very, very realistic that he could come to the bridge. Because if we were talking about a Neymar and even 50% of his wages, I'd still say it's not happening.
Well, exactly. This is why at first I'm like, nah, Neymar, nah. But when you start hearing that PSG could be covering the wage, who wouldn't go in for him? But this is also a case for Barcelona. Barcelona can't afford wages. If they get a Neymar on a loan, he'd be playing every week. He'd be back in Barcelona. He'd be happy to do that, I think. But Chelsea now turning into Brazil overnight. So
yeah,
let's add more. Neymar, come to the bridge.
I saw David Ornstein tweet that the other day saying that we'll be interested in using him as a wing back. I highly doubt Raphinha's going to choose Chelsea over Arsenal. If that's the case, we're going to use him as a wing back because I know for a fact Arsenal were going to play him in his favoured position. Yeah. But this brings me on to my point, and I need to big up Nini for this. Is if we are signing Raphinha, we have to use him as a right winger.
100%.
We have to use him as a right winger, or potentially he may suffer like Ziyech. Now, I think he's got more bows to his string, 100%. But if he is still shackled in the way that Ziyech was, because I refuse to blame it on Ziyech's quality entirely. Yeah, tactically, it just didn't work out for him at times. And
I agree.
He's got to get it right with Raphinha. But again, it's still early in the transfer window, and signings will indicate as to what we're looking to do going into the season. West Ham have been saying that Declan Rice is not for sale under any circumstances, without really being triggered, to be honest with you. So I think they are firming up their stance. But again, you never know. You'd never know, because all it can take is an ambitious bid from Todd Boehly to say, screw that, we're giving you the bread for Declan, and he's coming home and they're taking that money. 100%. 100%. So in terms of that, I'd keep an eye out for that. The links between Milinkovic Savic, interesting. That's very, very interesting. We have to see. I want to wait until more people kind of cover that before I take that seriously. I'm not trying to get burnt on that one, but I would love SMS after a Declan Rice signing, 100%. SMS is an elite midfielder, in my opinion, and he needs to play at a top club. He's a baller. But again, Declan Rice priorities, man. But do I see us signing him? I don't think so. Gallagher looks like he's going to be coming back. Yeah. It remains to be seen as to whether Jorginho is going to be leaving or renewing, or Kante as well. We need to see what happens there. But I'm more leaning towards Kante staying and Jorginho than Jorginho. But just before we go, Younes, because I know you give me a lot of your time today. I appreciate that. Bruv, how do you just real quick? How do you feel about this Raphinha signing? Positive?
I'm happy, man. I'm happy because it's as far as I'm concerned, a top right winger who in the position that we do need, and I think this indicates Ziyech will definitely be heading out of the club. Mm-hmm. I think from the Premier League, like we're linked with players within the league, and that's a difference, and I like it, and it's good. And Raphinha's proven himself at Leeds. It's time for him to go up to the next level, a higher level, and for us to use a talent like that, good age. This could be really, really good. So I'm very happy. Raphinha, very happy.
Mm-hmm. That's a good signing. That's a good signing for me. A lot of people are going to talk about the price tag. Oh, perhaps we overpaid or whatever. Listen, it all comes down to, do you trust the manager or not? You get me? Because in the bigger scale of things, price shouldn't really mean anything to us, the common people. We should just care about the players that are coming in, whether they perform or not. That's the God's honest truth. And I say that because obviously my heart was set on Ousmane Dembele, and you get me? I've got to remind myself Raphinha's not a bad second. Absolutely not. That's not a bad choice. He's not a bad choice at all. Lonwabo, thank you very much for the super chat. Good point, Guni. I was just thinking the same thing. And TT must please don't play Raphinha at wing back. I don't think that's going to happen.
He won't. He won't.
I'll be very, very surprised. I'll be very surprised if he does do that. I do think we're just going to address the depth there. I do think we'll go for Jonathan Klaus. Why? Because he's cheap. And it just makes sense. 10 million euros. He's not going to be expensive on the wage bill. We can get defenders out. Well, we've got players out and we need him for depth. So I think it's going to make sense. We're not going to need to play him there. You get me? But Younes, what have you got on your channel and what have you got coming up?
I put out a video about Neymar and all of that and the Brazilian samba. And now we've been given more Brazilian samba. So today is an unprompted double upload day, it seems. So you got another video heading your way very shortly about my thoughts on Raphinha. So yeah, I gave my thoughts on Neymar earlier on. Gonna give my thoughts on Raphinha and the whole signing. And then onwards from tomorrow, we see what happens and I keep giving my thoughts. So yeah.
There's any more Brazilians coming in, I'm gonna have to call myself Guninho Pernambucano. I'm gonna have to just do it, bruv. You get me? We have to come up with a Brazilian name. Younes, I'll come up with one for you as well. Definitely. You already know how this goes. I can't have one and you not have one. But man, big up the people that have joined in. It is a very, very happy and exciting day. And once again, for those who didn't hear, Arsenal fans are in the mud completely. Those who said Raphinha's coming to Arsenal. Raphinha's coming to Arsenal. Oh my gosh.
I've just thought Lee's going to upload today, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Oh, mate. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Fireworks. Make sure you get dinner and all sorts in front of you for this one. That's going to be tasty.
Yeah, definitely. And people, definitely check out Younes's video, the one he done before the live on the Neymar news. It is a very, very, very good video. Got me very excited at the thought of it. Obviously, we've got the news about Raphinha. It's all happening now, isn't it? I thought the 1st of July was really going to be the date where we're going to see movement, but I'm not going to complain if we're coming a bit early, man. But yeah, man, we're looking forward to Lee Gunner's video. He's going to absolutely tear the Arsenal fan base. Or the, what does he call them? The Arsenal super fans. Or whatever. Yeah, that's what he calls them. That's the one. The super gooners. Gonna look forward to that.
Lovely.
But hey, big up people, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave your thoughts in the comments as well if you're watching afterwards, man. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure you